Welcome to Global Nicole. Today's exercise is bird dog, which is kind of a classic physical therapist exercise that they use. So it involves coming onto your hands and knees and reaching out your opposite arm and leg from each other. So this works a lot of different things, but what it's really looking at is your stability in your shoulders and your torso and in your pelvis as you challenge it by reaching out those opposite limbs. A lot of times when we start to challenge our stability, we really start to kind of contort and squeeze and twist and hold in our body a lot, which is a little unnecessary, and we don't always have to do that. There's a fair amount of work going on and effort to keep your alignment, but it doesn't mean you have to sacrifice your length or your breath for that. So I want you to go at your own pace and make sure you take your time to find your length, to find your support. We're going to come onto our hands and knees. Franny's come to help cue me. So I want you to come onto your hands and knees and feel your hands kind of like a big paw, just like Franny's here. So a nice wide paw on the ground without becoming little claws like this. If you need to, come onto your forearms. And of course, if you need to, use some knee padding. So if your wrists or knees are sensitive, use padding, or if your wrists are sensitive, just come to your forearms and play with this. So as you're here, you want to think, okay, how can I really find length between my skull and my sacrum and my face and my pubic bone so that I'm not rounding my ribs and tucking my tail, but I'm also not completely dropping my spine towards the floor, right? So I'm not doing cat-cow here. I'm finding something that's a happy medium. I want to make sure my head's not hanging low, but is nice and light. I always imagine mine's like a hot air balloon. My ribs are really lifted, which is going to get a little of my shoulder into oblique action going. And my pelvis is just propped on these columns of my thigh bones as I push my shins into the mat. Make sure that the shoulders are broad and not winging off the back, but really connected onto the ribs. And what we're going to be doing is reaching one leg back, one arm forward. Then I'm going to have you test the waters by lifting a leg up, see what happened. We're going to lift the other arm up. And then we're just going to bring it in. So we're going to do that 3 times on each side. So take a breath in. As you exhale, sense the length between your head and your tail. Start to keep that sense of length completely stable as you reach the right leg out. Really elongating from the leg. I'm not rotating my pelvis. Then you're going to reach the left arm out. Then we're going to lift the right leg up. Again, without rotating, without twisting, without shortening. Reach the left arm out. Take a big breath in there. Elongating from your fingertips to your toes and your head to your tail. And then bring that in. Reaching the left leg back. Reaching the right arm out. Lifting the left leg up. Lifting the right arm out. Drawing the waist in. And then bringing that in. Reaching the right leg back again. Left arm reaches out. Pressing a little bit into my right hand and left shin to help me stay propped long through my head and tail. Right leg lifts. Left arm lifts. Reaching the fingertips and toes and the head and tail as I keep my head, my ribs light. And then bringing that in. Reaching the left leg back. Keeping my shoulder blades stable in my ribs so I get this serratus into oblique connection here. Reach the right arm out. Lift the left leg up. Lift the right arm up. Breathing there. Bringing it in. Reaching the right leg back. Reaching the left arm out. Lift the right leg up. Lift the left arm out. Your bonus here is to see if you can hold and see if you could lower and lift your right leg for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the limbs in. Find your center. Reach your left leg back. Keeping that left shoulder blade to rib connection. Reach your right arm out. Lift your left leg up. Lift your right arm up. For your bonus, see if you can lift and lower that back leg for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it all the way in and relax. Great work. That one sneaks up on you. After a while, you're like, how do I keep all those moving parts organized, right? So when you start to go into that little part of your nervous system or your brain that starts to be like, okay, how am I going to keep all this working? Just take a minute, breathe. Maybe you just keep the limbs on the ground as you find that, and then lift up when you're ready, right? The whole point is start to explore how you can start to use your alignment and this lengthening, right, to find your support. So I want you to think about how you can start to explore that in this exercise and outside this exercise. So what are other ways in your movements or in your life that you can start to play with trusting that you have the support that you really need? I would love for you to share it in the comments below. And thank you so much for joining me. And until next time, keep moving.